What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 45 of our Texas Rangers franchise. We are currently 9-5 in middle of April. And we've got some series here against the Yankees, the Red Sox, Oakland, LA. It's a kind of a tough stretch, but we can see through simulation we are still doing very, very well. Beating up on some of the better teams in the American League. And now we've moved to 17-8. I highly doubt that any other American League West team is really chasing us for the lead right now. I'd like to hold on to that lead as long as possible. We're 17-8. The A's are 12-9. Everybody else kind of middling there. The Yankees are the only American League team right now that seems to be kind of giving us a little bit of a challenge for that number one seed, that number one spot. It is April. It's early, but all the games count. And especially when you get into September, those games in April seem to have a little bit more importance that you think you might have needed to pick up. All right, so looking at their starting pitchers, guys, everything looks pretty solid, even in AAA, AA. Our guys are producing. Very rarely have I seen a guy in our pitching staff that's gotten blown up. This strategy that we put forth that we really wanted to focus on pitching and defense and building this Texas Rangers team and farm system into kind of going with that identity seems to be working out. Seems to be paying some dividends here. Relief pitching, solid numbers there. Closing pitchers, pretty solid. I was really hoping that Josh Torres was going to become something with that B potential. I thought he was going to progress a little bit faster. Oliver Solari hitting 415 at-bats, so that's pretty solid as our backup catcher. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa doing some good things yet again as our starting catcher at a 79 overall. Really good thing, right? Two upper 70s level catchers with an A potential each. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. Obviously, Solari's got more upside being 20 years old. Chris Owings, who had a breakout season last year, is only hitting in the 200s, barely above the Mendoza line right now. And yeah, he needs to step it up. Ken Strickland, third baseman, he's been pretty good down there at AA level. Like what I'm seeing there, he is our rookie. He was a draft pick that we had last season, and he looks like he's going to be the real deal. Another guy I was really hoping for was Reynel Delgado in this series. We had traded him, I think, when he was about 18 years old, and we acquired him through trade when he was 18. I was really hoping that he would really come through for us and be kind of that shortstop of the future. Maybe we'll see in later on in years ahead as we simulate even further how that's gonna pan out. But Leody Taveras is really progressing nicely. He's a 66, so he could find himself on the big league club in maybe 2 or 3 more seasons. We'll see how that works out. But we got some young guys like Steven Jung hitting pretty well. We had Adani Del Solar in left field who was hitting fairly nicely as well. So we are stacked. In my opinion, we are stacked. We've got a good team up top in the major leagues. We've even got a better farm system. I mean, in comparison to other teams in the major leagues, we're doing pretty hot as an organization. We're 22-12, and the Cubs 13-16. We're going to interleague play here in May, and hoping that we can steal another W on the road. Currently, we're going up against Justice Sheffield, who's 0-4 on the year with an 8+ ERA. So you know that we definitely want to get on him and get on him early. DJ LeMahieu in a 3-2 count, going to get the single. He was waiting on it, able to pull it. It's the first hit for the Rangers. Not good by Ketel Marte, who's been swinging the bat pretty well so far in this season. But unfortunately for him, he's going to strike out on a fastball to the outside. Carlos Correa hit number 3, going to line out to Jed Jerko, the second baseman. Joey Gallo coming up in the 4-hole. He's going to ground out to shortstop, and I believe that was David Boat. Yeah, David Boat. Bodie. And I've been out of baseball for a couple months now, so forgive me if I said that wrong. David Boat or Bodie. Do not remember what it is, but Albert Almora Jr. going to come up and get a solo shot here off of Mike Minor on the first pitch of the game. So you want to talk about some numbers that are kind of wild right now? Look at this. Almora's 5th home run. He's number 5. And Mike Minor is currently 5-0 on the season. One pitch, first inning, 1-0. Weird, right? Let's take a look at his 5th pitch to Chris Bryant in the bottom of the 1st with 1 out and a man on first in a 1-0 game. What is that? What are all these numbers? I feel like Rain Man right now, guys, but Ian Happ is going to really pull this pitch foul. Mike Minor's got to be careful. That mound visit was basically to say, hey, Mike, keep the ball down if you're going to be throwing fastballs, but really, these guys are on your fastball. That's why Happ really took you deep to the foul part of the yard. So don't give them your fastball. They're sitting on it this whole inning. They're sitting on it. Hence the first pitch for a home run for Almora. So just start throwing your off-speed stuff. Start throwing your breaking stuff. Trying to keep them off balance a little bit. It looks like the ball's kind of traveling out here in Wrigley tonight. Definitely got some wind. It's going to be carrying the baseball out here. So hopefully we can kind of return the favor against Chicago. That would be really nice if we could get the offense going. Our offense was, if I remember correctly, our offense was not great. It wasn't amazing. I wanted to see a little bit more in the last episode with Roger Ashley pitching against the Yankees. But we'll see what we can do here in this game. We had a good inning. Had a pretty solid inning here in the top of the 2nd. Unfortunately, though, we can't cash in. Let's go to the bottom of the 2nd here with nobody down. Carlos Correa going to make a nice little nifty little flip over there to Ronald Guzman at first base. Here comes Wilson Contreras, who's going to line out to center fielder Ketel Marte for the 2nd out. Still in the bottom of the 2nd here, still looking for that 3rd out. And here's David Boat. Bad read. Not a very good read. And yeah, that's my fault. That's my fault. But for storyline's sake, we're just going to say, you know what? It got caught in the lights. Got caught in the lights. But no harm, no foul. As Justice Sheffield going to strike out by the hands of Mike Meyer. Fly ball out there too. Ian Happ is going to make the nice running catch on DJ LeMahieu. And Ketel Marte coming up huge. Absolutely huge. I don't know if he's going to be able to get 3, especially, I know it rolled all the way to the wall. You thought that he might be able to, but, you know, with right fielder Jason Hayward out there, with the big arm that he has, it's probably not a good idea to be testing it. So 40 pitches in the 3rd for Sheffield, and here is a line drive in the gap. That's a shot. Ketel Marte with that really good speed is going to score. So Carlos Correa comes through for an RBI single. We got this game all tied up. Joey Gallo, base hit down the line. A diving first baseman. Not going to work for the Chicago Cubs. We got something brewing. Runners on the corners here, and Hunter Renfro going to fly out, line out, I should say, to Jason Hayward, who gives it everything he's got. But Correa is going to slide in safely. He's going to score. We got the lead now, guys, 2-1. Still top of the 3rd. Chris Owings is going to try to give it a shot here, but Chris Bryant going to make a nice play to Moustakas, who's playing second base. So earlier I made a call that there's a line drive that I said that Jed Jerko actually caught on the line, but it was Mike Moustakas. First baseman is Jed Jerko. And you can see both of these players coming up, and Moustakas is going to ground out, but Jerko comes through for a base hit. A 1-out, seeing eye single. Here comes Wilson Contreras with an 0-2 count, and I'm gonna give that a pass ball. I don't think that was a wild pitch. I'm gonna give that a pass ball. I feel like Connor Fleffa should have had that one, so it's gonna allow the runner Jed Jerko to get to second base. But Wilson Contreras will strike out for out number 2. So here comes David Boat. He's gonna ground out to Chris Owings, and the inning is over. All right, let's go to the top of the 5th inning here. 58 pitches for Justice Sheffield, and this line drive is not going to be caught by Jason Hayward for a single. A nobody out single. That's a good way to get this thing started to extend this 2-1 lead. And now on 4 straight pitches, 4 straight balls, Ketel Marte is going to walk. So now runners on 1st and 2nd, and strike 3, swinging, goes down Correa. He didn't get buzzed on that one. Bad joke. Because he's a Ranger now. We got to have his back, right? Gallo's going to strike out here, and ooh, that's a tough pitch, and Renfro didn't like that one. He didn't like that one. He's put a pretty good swing on some baseballs here so far tonight, and this one is no different. This one's got a shot to go. It's going to reach over the fence. 400-plus foot shot for Hunter Renfro, and we got ourselves a 3-run home run. That's 438 feet to dead center, and A.J. Hinch looking on like, oh yeah, we definitely buzzed Hunter that a fastball was coming. I gotta stop using that. It kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of sucks that we brought over Carlos Correa and A.J. Hinch, especially with all the Houston Astro drama that's been going on in the last couple months. God, not enough foresight. I'm usually pretty good at foresight, but damn, dude, that situation just sucks. Because now we got to look at AJ Hinch and think that we might be cheaters ourselves here. But a little dicey situation now. 5-1. You wouldn't think with that score it gets dicey, but a run will score as we take the double play. Like, right? You trade the run for a double play for 2 outs. You do that pretty much 10 times out of 10, right? Maybe 9 times out of 10. All right, let's get to the next inning here as Mike Minor in the bottom of the 7th. The bottom of the 6th went relatively clean, but we're starting to see the same kind of problems come up here in the bottom of the 7th as runners on the corner with 2-2 count against Jason Hayward. Lefty on lefty, 87 pitches in now, and this is going to be a base hit. It's going to score a run, making it 5-3. So hindsight 2020, probably should have put in somebody else because now it's a 2-run game. But you know what? You kind of like that matchup, right? You like the lefty on lefty matchup. At least I do. So Chris Bryant coming up against Rafael Montero, who's been bad. He has not really found his stride this season so far, but that's a really good pitch to get that confidence back. Just blowing a fastball right by Chris Bryant in a really crucial situation for this game. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come. Hunter Renfro going to get a base hit in the corner, going to get a double off of that, but with 2 down, Kiner Falefa comes up and he's going to fly out to Jason Hayward in right field, and that's going to be the end of the top of the 8th. Let's go now to the bottom of the 8th. Rafael Montero still out there, and Ian Happ's going to strike out. He thought he had the walk. 0-2 count here to Mikey Moustakas, the Big Moose. It's kind of funny because he's in the NL Central now with the Cincinnati Reds. Weird. Jed Jerko, he's going to strike out too. So Montero strikes out the side. And just like we talked about, a sign of things to come for him. He just struck out 3 Cubs batters in that crucial bottom of the 8th inning. And it's going to make way for us to carry that 2-run lead into the bottom of the 9th. Here comes David Bote. Again, I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. It might be Bote. I think it's David Bote. I really do. I think I'm saying it wrong. David Bote. 3-2 count. Here's Bote. Strike 3. Swing and a miss. Leclerc looking nasty. Here's a ground ball as a pinch hitter, Justin Smoke. And since I'm saying names wrong apparently today, I'm just going to say Justin Smowak. I know it's Justin Smoke. Here comes Albert Almora. He's going to foul this off. It's going to be 0-2. Come on, Jose. Don't give up that 2-run shot. You know you're thinking about it, but don't do it. Here's a strike 3. Nasty looking slider by Jose Leclerc, and that's going to be a win for Mike Minor as he goes 6-0. He's now 6-0. This team has got it all. We got speed, we got extra base power, we got good bullpen, we got good pitching, we got really good defense. Things are really starting to come together for this Texas Rangers franchise as a whole. And I'm really liking what we put together, guys, and I think you guys had a lot to do with that, especially in these off seasons and these trade talks throughout the entirety of this series. So, guys, leave a like if you like this thing. I'll see you for episode 46 later on next week. As always, peace.
Drive home safely.